Hey everyone, welcome to our live chat. We do come to you live each and every day so you can learn more about Luminous, what we have to offer, anything and everything. And we love hearing from you. So make sure you do reach out to us. Reach out to us and tell us what's going on. So I'm going to put my email address up here so you can reach out and if there's anything you want to see, anything you have questions on, that's what we are here for. So definitely reach out to us. We love it. Every time we do, hey Candy, every time we do our lives, we do go over the basics. So we like to go over start to finish everything with airbrushing. So you know us for airbrushing, obviously, but we do have color cosmetics, skincare, all the goodies. Hey Jeannie, good to see you. We go over everything. So and more because we do have all of that. But I know that a lot of people are interested in airbrushing and they want to see what it's about, how it works. So we always go over that. So let's do the starter kit. This is just one of our starter kits. This is the Icon, and it comes with makeup. So whatever system you get will come with makeup. It does have the 2 bottles of foundation and Love and Blush. Now, you can see that we give you the 2 large bottles of foundation so you can practice. This is the first time you're getting the system, and so you'll need to practice. I mean, you've been doing traditional makeup up until this point. And so this is a new way of applying it. You're not touching your face. You're blowing this on. And so there, of course, will be a little bit of a learning curve, but you'll pick it up in no time flat. So don't even worry about that. And then also the colors that we give you are similar. And so that way you can color match and have that perfect shade match 365 days a year. Now, we do want you to do the following things as well. And the first thing is get it out, plug it in. When you turn it on, there's air that comes out. So as soon as there's air, you'll know like nothing's being released until you pull back on this trigger. So definitely go around and practice with these steps right here. Keep it 4 finger widths away, keep that stylus moving, and barely pull back on the trigger. So I'm going to leave that up while we go over it because I see Denise says my colors aren't right and my kit, I can't get a hold of them. One that surprises me because we have amazing customer service. They are open, I believe, until 5:30 Central Time, and I think they open at like 8:30. Definitely a 9 to 5. Somebody is there. And even if you can't get a hold of somebody, they leave you an option to have a callback. And so I would try again, but let's talk about that. If your colors aren't right, I do want you to listen for a second, and we're going to go through. I'll go through that because since you're on, because I want to help you. So you might find that your colors are right. Okay, so we're going to go over that. Okay, Denise. You want to get rid of those wrinkles and try to hide it. Girl, me, you, and everybody else, right? There are ways to do it. So since you are on and we're going to talk, well, let's talk about it. So this is a new way of applying makeup. And so keep in mind that when you are airbrushing, I want you to take that part of your brain that holds all the information about traditional makeup and set it aside, because you are putting this on differently. It's easier. Your stylist is going to blend everything for you. So just know that. And when I'm telling you these things, it might seem a little crazy, but you'll get it. Okay. So when you start, we always tell people to do the 7-day challenge, meaning do it 7 days in a row. And by that 7th day, you're going to have it down. Hey, Patty, good to see you. So Denise, do these things. Sorry, wrong hand. Do these things that I'm telling you to do as far as practice with air. Turn on the system, and you know that there's air that comes out. You do want to make sure that you keep it 4 finger widths away and that you move around. Think of the air as your bristles to your makeup brush, which it is. So if I was doing this, I know that that's where the makeup's going, right? So same thing with this. Now, one thing that it's telling me, if you're new to airbrushing and you're telling me you have the wrong colors, chances are you're pulling back too hard on the trigger. And I know you're like, what? I know. I am a shade 3. Eat, breathe, sleep, shade 3, okay? I actually can use anything from a 2 to a 5 and it look perfect. Okay? With airbrush, if you are in the right range, you can make it work. Now, yes, we might have to tweak those colors, and that's perfectly fine. And we stand behind our makeup, and we're going to do that for you. But know that there's some wiggle room. And one thing I would ask you to, Denise, is let me put my email up there. Send me a photo of your face, natural light with no makeup on, and I'll tell you what shade you are. So if you're, let's say you're a shade 3, but you got a deep kit, yes, that's the wrong shade and we need to change that out. But if you have, if you're shade 3 and you have maybe a 4 or a 2 or something, we can kind of make that work. We'll still send you the right on correct shade, but you can make it work. And I'm telling you that because of how light you're spraying, how light you're going to pull back on that trigger, okay? So let me take this little guy off, and I'm gonna leave my email up there so you can email me, Denise, okay? And I'll help you out. When you get to the airbrushing, let's go over color matching real quick, because I do want to kind of show you that and how to range what you're going to use, okay? So I'm going to take 2 colors, a shade. I'm not going to tell you the shade. And I shook them up. Make sure you do shake them up, especially when you first get them. I'm going to put a drop on my finger. Well, that one doesn't want to work right now. Let's see. Let's do this one. And now, Denise, are you still with me, babe? So this is one shade. And I just put a drop on my finger and rubbed it on my cheek. Now I'm doing the other shade. Okay, can you see the 2 shades? And I'm going to come up real close so you can see them. Okay. So how I just color matched me is how you would do it if you were doing regular makeup, right? Traditional makeup. And so if that's and that's fine. That's how we want to color match. But as you can tell, like, they're close, but I don't know, is one better than the other? Which one would you guys pick? Outside or inside? I know there's a delay, so I'm going to wait. Would y'all pick the outside or the inside? I'm color matching like traditional makeup, okay? So when you get it on like this, go to the one that's the closest. Like, whatever one. Now you can airbrush one on and then the other. You most certainly can do that. But in fact, I might do one face or one side of my face one and the other. I'll do inside on this side and this one on this one, okay? Jacqueline says outside. Okay. So you saw how different those were, right? They were different. And honestly, I don't know, I could have I can see how both would go. I'm just drawing my face since I just wiped it. All right, so I'm going to take one, shaking it up again, I'm only going to put like 3 drops in since I'm only doing half. Okay, so this is the big thing. You're spraying very lightly. You almost don't want to see it go on. So, hello from Juarez, good to see you. So I'm taking my, the one shade that I used, and I'm gonna start spraying. I'll spray underneath my eyes. I'm keeping it 4 finger widths away. Juarez, are you, that's near Laredo, right? I love Laredo. All right, so I'm gonna go spray, spray, spray. Just half my face, just my cheek. Half my chin. Okay, there we go. That's half. Looking pretty good, huh? Now I'll go to the other side using the other shade. So I'm using 2 different shades, staying 4 finger widths away. I'm going to keep moving, barely pulling back on my trigger. Now, it's dry, guys. There's no dry time in between. Okay, that is how light you're pulling back. Now, when you're doing this, you can pull back super light. You're going to practice. So if it does feel wet or sticky or tacky, just know that that's what you're going to get to. If I spray too hard and it's wet, sticky, or tacky, I can still make it work. But know that every time you put this in your hand, you're learning. Okay? So I'm going to finish spraying this. Keep going. Okay, what do you think about this? What I want you to see is the fact this one looks good on this side. How do I say, is it Valez? 84? I'll just call you 84. Bought yours a month ago and I'm new at the, yeah, honey, come on, come stay and watch and learn. If you have any, like if you do take it, well, first get it out of the box, start practicing. You'll learn every time, but jump on these so you can learn. And also we're on Facebook as well. So, so come on, Baez. Okay, I like it. So this one looks good. Wouldn't y'all say that that's a good match? And then look at this one. Still a good match, right? Right? I'm waiting for some rights. If I look straight at you, you can tell one's lighter than the other, but they still look good. So if I sprayed this like traditional makeup, if you spray it too hard, can you see the difference that like both of these I could make work? Even though this one's a little bit lighter, this one's a little bit darker, I can still make it work. It still looks good. If you put this on like traditional makeup, it's not going to look right. Okay, so if I'm going to spray wrong. So if I took this, and I'm going to spray it right here, and sprayed it like traditional makeup and expecting it to be put on like traditional makeup, then it's not going to look right. Okay, So I have this shade, and now I'm going to use it right here. If I'm pulling, back and getting too close and trying to cover like traditional makeup, look how wet and sticky. And yeah, that looks like the wrong color. I can put my finger in it and I get a fingerprint. That's not how you want to spray. You're spraying light, airy. You want very little to come out. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Spraying too hard, spraying like traditional makeup. And then look at that. If I sprayed like that, then I would think, híjole, yeah, I wouldn't want either one of these. This is sticky and wet. You can see my fingerprints. If you spray like putting it on like traditional makeup, that's not airbrushing. I mean, look now at the difference. It makes a huge, huge difference. This isn't it. Okay? So when people always tell me like, oh, I had the wrong color. If we got you in that range, you're okay. You're good to go. You're good to go. Okay? So since we do have 84 is here, and we had another person who, Denise, who said that she had the wrong color. That's why I wanted to go over that. So when you are new, I want you to remember to do these things right here. At first, all you have to do is practice with water, with the air, and that's all you have to do. Then get the foundation out, go through what I did to color match. I'm gonna dry my face real quick. Go to, do the color matching, or just take one bottle, apply it the correct way, then wipe it off, do the other one and apply it the correct way, and you'll get it down and you'll be able to find. But there's some give and take. There's a lot of wiggle room when doing this, a lot of wiggle room. So don't think, and the only reason I'm really harping on this is because I hear it all the time. I hear it non-stop. Oh, I had the wrong shade. I had the wrong shade. And chances are you probably don't, because of the fact it is, when you're new, this is what a lot of people do. This is what a lot of people end up doing because that's what we know. But airbrushing is a different way. That's why That's why we've come up with those steps, so you can learn and practice and get that movement down, right? Jackie says, I was skeptical. I had the right color foundation, but I went outside and it was perfect. Yeah, that's Jackie. Thank you for saying that, because the other thing, make sure you have the good lighting. I don't know why, but bathroom lights are so horrible. They're usually too yellow. And so it is important to make sure you have good lighting. Reveal light bulbs are awesome. Reveal light bulbs in like a 75, change them out. All right, so let's go back to practicing and to doing. So I'm going to apply here. I'm going to go underneath my eyes, lightly pulling back. Keep your eyes open. Yeah, if you can set up in your, like by a window, if you always put your makeup on during the day. I've seen a lot of people do a vanity right in front of their window. So you can change out your light bulbs. I do that all the time. Okay, I'm only doing half my face. Again, so you can see the difference. So 84. You don't have to move fast. It's not, you do have to move though. So I'm not necessarily rushing. So it's not like a shh. The moves that I make are very, and I think it looks faster on here. The moves I make are very deliberate. You're never going to be in one spot twice, but there's overlap. So, you know, here I can feel it. There's overlap. I keep going, bam, bam, bam. So how is this side looking? If you're applying it the correct way, it's not sticky. You don't have to race. Honestly, I do think this makes it look like I'm moving real fast, but it's barely. So this side's good, huh? Haven't done anything on this side yet. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. This is the color. Here, let me do another pass. This is the color I'm putting on right now. This was a shade 9. Okay, I love doing, this was a shade 9. I'm a shade 3, 2 or 3. That's what I just put on. When I tell you that you are pulling lightly back on that trigger, I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? So that is how light you're pulling back. Another thing when you're new, what I would suggest is go in and get a piece of paper, paper towel, something along those lines, and spray a paper towel, keeping these steps in mind. You'll see that when you're spraying on a white piece of paper, that contrast will really show you how you're doing with the spraying. Okay, I'm going to go under my eyes. I have the right colors in now. And now I'm going all over. Lightly spraying. You keep making passes to get your coverage. So I think that's what people end up doing, is they're trying to get that coverage right then, because that's what we're doing with traditional makeup. And with airbrush, it's about making passes. It's about getting you there after a few passes. You can go back and make as many passes as you want, but give it some time. So keep making your circles, keep making your passes. Most of my coverage is going to be right here. I don't need the same amount of makeup here as I do here. It's all right there. All right. And there you go. Voila. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, because we were able to go over color matching, how to apply it, how forgiving it is. Airbrush makeup is different. Don't expect to put it on, have it look like traditional makeup. Know that there is a difference. So make sure that you take your time with it and learn and play with it. Have fun. Have a day that you can sit there and just mess up. You'll learn. You'll definitely learn from that. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be back. I'll be back at 3 Central Time, and we'll continue airbrushing. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.